Bloomberg's gun lobbying, Planned Parenthood, and the women's rights movement, okay, along with the military-style school system that the children have no choice. They're rounded up, they're told to go march, and say what everybody else is saying, like an assignment, okay, to create a military-style coup against guns using children. Remember, the Bible always talks about evil Satan using children. Now, the only reason they want to grab your guns and make you defenseless... Oh, and by the way, listen to this. The people that came to the children's defense of, hey, NRA, how many children did you kill today? Which is one of their sayings, right? I'm sure that was motivated by the teachers, the women's rights movement, Planned Parenthood. Oh, wait a minute. Planned Parenthood wanting to stop killing? Planned Parenthood is the ones that lobbied to okay abortions, and now the world kills over 4,000 babies per minute. Let's take gun violence and baby killing. There's no comparison. Planned Parenthood is going to tell students to lobby against the NRA. How many people you killed today? Let me ask you a question. Planned Parenthood, how many children did you kill today with your lobbying against women's rights? So, women's rights, let me ask you a question. How many babies did you kill today? Okay, with your freedom to just kill babies. Feel free to kill babies. Well, guess what? They're killing the good babies. They're not killing the elites' babies aren't being murdered. It's our babies being murdered. Have you noticed that? We don't have Queen of England's, or a King of England's babies being murdered. No, we've got our babies being murdered. Isn't that convenient? So when we go to war, we don't kill rich people. We kill poor people. Farmers, mostly. They're usually farmers. They live off the land. When they go to Africa and kill all the shaman and then capture and kidnap people for slavery, they didn't kidnap rich people. They kidnapped poor people. You see how that works? Now I got an airplane in the distance. They're trying to hack my uploads, same as the local police trying to hack my uploads. Unbelievable, guys, what's happening in America, because the information that I provide is real. How can you have Planned Parenthood and women's rights go up against gun violence? You got to be kidding. The number is way low of gun deaths than it is killing babies, with liberal women standing in the street. Oh, and by the way, we've interviewed a lot of these people, and they say, oh, we hate Donald Trump. And we go, why? They don't know why. They just hate him. Oh, he's a racist. Okay, show me how he's a racist. Black jobs are number one. The best they ever been. So is Hispanics. And he's a racist? He just doesn't want illegal people that have felons in our country. What's wrong with that? And he doesn't want them voting either. Why would we have illegal alien felons voting in our country? Something seriously wrong with that. Okay? So, once again, Planned Parenthood and women's rights movements, the killer of babies, going to influence children to march in the streets and protest against gun violence. You've got to be kidding. Take a look at the statistics. Over 4,000 babies per minute murdered by women's freedom of rights. Over 4,000 babies per minute killed by Planned Parenthood. And guess what? They're not just killing them. They're selling their body parts. It's like somebody took and stole a car and stripped it. And there's no identification marks on the parts of the car, so they're selling it and they're negotiating. Hey, I'll give you so much for a kidney. No, that baby's kidney goes for a lot more than that. And we even have them on film doing it. And the people that are doing this, they look like they're dead because God has stole the spirit out of their bodies for doing something like this. Guys, we have to wake up here in America. We're being violated in every fashion, every way that is possible to man. Satan is just drooling for what America is doing right now. And God's nose is stuffed up with stench of the stink that we're creating today. He is humiliated at the human race, I will promise you that. And the stink and the satanic agenda that's coming out of the mainstream media right now. This country stinks a high heaven right now. And the only people that are trying to fight for the truth to stop the country from stinking up high heaven is being taken offline to where Satan rules the internet. Isn't that something? The Towers of Babel, a bunch of babble. Please wake up, America. Let's don't stink. Let's start smelling good, and let's start putting the real criminals in prison, like Planned Parenthood and women's rights movements. So that was formed by very wealthy people that hate our guts and believe in slavery. And what do these women get? They get lots of good perps for being part of these organizations. Lots of them. Unbelievable, America. Let's make America great again. Let's rid the stench and the stink that these organizations are creating, and let's stop these ravenous wolves from predatoring on our children, and teachers from pushing our kids out in the street saying, hey, listen, let me explain something to you. If I'm going to go to class, or I'm going to go out in the parking lot and have a good time, I'm going to take the good time. All right? I would have went to the march when I was a kid either, but I wouldn't have believed in gun grabbing, tell you that. I was smart enough when I was a kid to know the difference. That's why they targeted me when I was a baby. Okay? There's just some people that are right-brained and they're fixed. They just believe in protecting the meek. That's just built in their blood system, and the elite know who we are. And they target us, and they try to kill us. Love you all. Stay safe. Remember, peaceful nonconformity. However, you need to be loaded to the hilt with guns so that you can negotiate with Satan. Because you're going to have to negotiate with Satan. We're doing it right now. We're negotiating with Satan. Okay? And if you have guns and just as many guns as he does, then the negotiation process is going to go very well. Okay? Parents, if your children are marching through the streets, take your kids out of school. If the teachers and Planned Parenthood and women's rights movement are forcing your children to go out in the streets and start screaming, how many people are you killed today, NRA? How many lives are you saving, NRA? That's the truth. Because we have proven that the more people, the more God's people, remember God gave Moses a weapon. The more of God's people that have weapons, the more Satan's people die. When you take the weapons away from God's people, the meek will inherit the earth. And you give it to Satan's people. Oh, by the way, all those people out there that were protesting, the leaders of the protest, the high-level secret society, secret oath proceeding psychopaths, they had armed guards protecting them. Duh, let's go figure. Baby killers and armed guards. Wow. Are we awake yet? I love you all.